Welcome back for week 2, everybody. We are going to take a look at what's happening in ENC 1101 during week 2. Hope everybody is doing well and that you guys had a productive first week. If there were any questions remaining from last week's work, feel free to reach out. Almost everybody did all the things, so we're in pretty good shape there. If you have any questions, though, feel free to let me know. If it's a question that your classmates can benefit from, make sure you use the Q&A discussion board. If it's a personal message, of course, feel free to use the inbox. So one quick reminder, something that came up throughout the week was making sure we know what's due when. And I just want to remind everybody that that's main reason I put the chart, the table for the whole semester schedule on the home page. So whenever you're in Canvas, no matter what anything else says, this should be accurate as far as what is due when. So last week you had 2 items due: the discussion board, the getting to know you discussion board, as well as the startup scavenger hunt. And then in week 2, you have 2 more things due. One is a writing process skill drill, and the other is your pre-writing for your personal narrative assignment. So we are going to be writing our first paper that's due at the end of week 3. And this week, we're going to get ready for that. So this week's readings and resources revolve around writing for college, the writing process, and learning a few basics about documenting sources and formatting papers. We are going to be delving more into that next week before the first paper is due. You will not be doing research necessarily for the first paper, but we, of course, are going to be documenting sources throughout the term. So we will be getting to that fairly quickly. So this week's reading assignment is in the Lumen Learning module, and you have a link to that here as well as in the module. You're going to read 1 and 4. And then, of course, there's some other course materials this week as well. So if we go to the modules, we will find all the goodies that we need. We have finished with week 1, so I'm going to make that small. Week 2, of course, you have the link that takes you to the learning materials. You want to make sure you do those before you do either of the assignments. So week 2 learning materials includes a link to the module in modules 1 and 4 in the Lumen Learning system, as well as a link to information about description and narrative. So our first paper is going to be a personal narrative. It's going to be something from your own life that you feel a sense of accomplishment about. And of course, when we are writing a story or a narrative, we often need to describe the people and places and things that are in that narrative. And so description will also factor in a little bit. So you'll learn about those. And then we have some videos, one on the writing process in general and one on writing a personal narrative. So make sure that you view both of those along with, of course, this lovely weekly walkthrough video, and then feel free to tackle the 2 graded assignments. So in the module, you will notice that the writing process skill drill is worth 50 points and the personal narrative pre-writing is worth 25 points. These are both set up as quizzes in the system. So it will operate very much like the startup scavenger hunt did last week, but it's not really a quiz per se. So just like last time, you want to make sure that you do everything before you turn it in. You'll notice there's no time limit. And I'm going to go ahead and begin this one. It's not technically a quiz in any way. So I just want to show you kind of how it's set up. You will notice that each question has 5 points. Some are multiple choice. And then at the end, you do have a written one. So make sure that you do all of those before leaving the thing. So you can leave 2 windows open if you want to have access to go back and forth between the materials. That's absolutely fine. But that is what your skill drill will look like and will earn you 50 points. There's no reason that you should miss any points on these, by the way, because you can look the answers up. And then the second one is your personal narrative pre-writing. So I want to talk a little bit more about that one. The personal narrative assignment is linked here. So you do want to read that, of course, review the full assignment before taking this quiz. And essentially, you're going to be planning your paper in the quiz. So let's take a look at the assignment first. Write a personal narrative essay that reflects on a significant event or series of events from your life that demonstrates a sense of accomplishment. Your narrative should not only recount the experience, but also explore its impact on your personal growth and how it shaped who you are today. Your essay needs to be 750 words or more, which would be 3 full double-spaced pages in MLA format. We are going to use MLA formatting for all of our papers this semester, and we will be going over that in more detail next week. You don't need to format anything yet this week, but feel free to look ahead if you want. The structure, your essay should include a clear introduction, a well-developed body, set of paragraphs, and a conclusion that reflects on the meaning of the event. Your essay could be any number of paragraphs, but it's probably going to be at least 5. So choose an event or a series of events that had a profound impact on you, emphasizing the accomplishment and what it meant to you. Try to focus on something that is positive. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times whenever we're told, to write about our lives, we try to, we focus on things that are traumatic and sad and all those things. It's a lot harder to accept criticism on your life if you are creating a paper. If it is a negative experience, it is really hard to take criticism about. So focus on something positive. In the introduction, you want to begin with an engaging opening that draws the readers in. Introduce the event you will be discussing and include a thesis statement, one sentence at the end of that intro that reflects the significance of the accomplishment. In the body, provide detailed account of the events, use descriptive language to create vivid pictures of the people, places, and things. Discuss your thoughts, feelings, and reactions as the event unfolds or events unfolded. And in this particular paper, you will write in the first person. We will not write in any other paper in first person, but in this one we will. Reflect on the challenges you faced and how you overcame them, and explore the lessons learned, etc., etc. Summarize the key points of your narrative in the conclusion. So 1 paragraph introduction, 1 paragraph conclusion, and all of the material, the stuff goes in the middle. In terms of MLA format, this does give you an overview, but like I said, I will go over it next week in more detail and show you how to do it, as well as give you a sample document that you can use. You're going to submit this by the end of week 3, and you're going to have it in Word format. If you have not already done so, make sure that you are tying into the free version of Microsoft Office 365. You have access to that as a student at Valencia College. And so there's no reason you shouldn't have access to Word. You can use Google Docs if you prefer, but you're going to save it as a Word document. So keep that in mind. And then, of course, we have the evaluation criteria, which will line up with the rubric. You want to make sure that each time we do one of these assignments that you not only look at the rubric now, but that you look at it before you turn the paper in so that you can make sure that you have met all of those criteria. So happy reading and video viewing this week. I hope you guys are feeling good about the course. And if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Take care, everybody.